My wife and I self-manage all of our properties, and I think it's very important for every single real estate investor in the beginning of your investing journey to self-manage your properties. And why? A lot of these gurus will say that this is ridiculous and that you don't need to do it, but the reality is you will become a better investor in the long term because you will know what to expect from your property managers in the long term if you do it yourself. And let's be honest, nobody's going to care about your property and take as much pride into your property as you are. You want to be able to provide a quality property to your tenant. Your tenant shouldn't have to deal with leaky sinks, leaky roofs, when the heater goes out or anything goes out. Those things should be fixed within 24 hours, unless it's a specialized part or something that you can't get a hold of a specialized person to fix this. Then that's a different situation. But you're never going to know and understand these situations until you've been in them, and you have to deal with them yourselves. And so you don't want to have unrealistic expectations for your property manager that simply just aren't able to be done. But now, if you've done it for yourself for a few years and your property manager is lagging, then you know that, like, hey, these aren't up to my standards. I need to change my property manager, or I need to take back over managing the properties myself. Now, for the most part, my wife manages our properties. We say she does about 80% of the property management for our stuff, and then I make mostly all the big decisions for our properties. So I do think it's important for you to manage yourself for at least a few years. Even if it's one or two properties, manage yourself for a few years. Learn how to screen tenants. Learn how to, create your own standards and learn what your standards are for what you're willing to rent to. And then once you have a full understanding of this and you don't want to do it anymore, then look to pass it off to a property manager. But then you have to look at, in your area, how much is a property manager going to cost? For us here, it was as low as 10% and as high as 15%. And in some of those situations, you're talking that property manager would also want the first month's rent if they have to replace a tenant. So for us, we currently own 6 single families in a duplex. If we had a property manager run it, even at 12% per year, I think that would cost us right around, I think it's like $18,000 a year plus whatever it would cost if they have to place a new tenant. So let's just say $18,000 to $22,000 a year is what it would cost us in property management fees. Versus you take that $18,000 to $22,000 that we self-manage ourselves, and then you use that to reinvest into your portfolio. How many more properties would you have in 5-10 years versus if you paid someone else to do the property management for you? Mind you, I don't do any of the maintenance myself. I can't fix a crack at all. I can't fix anything. But we have systems set in place so that way we know who to call when a situation comes up and we just get it taken care of. So for more tips like this, if you have any more questions about how we property manage our properties, I think I'll make a bigger video on our YouTube channel, Day in the Life of a Day in the Life of RE. Go look up our YouTube channel.